Hello, gamers, and welcome to the Thornier channel. Today, I kind of just wanted to make a part 2 to last week's video that I made talking about YouTubers leaving the platform. Um, mainly because I had more to say, and I thought that bringing in more discussion about the topic would be a great idea, considering how the platform on YouTube has changed over the years and drastically changed over the last 2.5 years. And considering that more and more people are actually planning on leaving, and that's it at this point, we're all just counting days now for a lot of the massive creators hop and ship, which is fine. They all have plans to do different creative stuff. They're all creative people, so I'm not really too worried on that aspect. Can't wait to see what they're going to do in the future. But this is more, where is YouTube going to go once all the old creators are basically retired / done? And what can we kind of expect to happen in the future? And no, I'm not saying that most of them are leaving forever. I don't think that they'll be gone forever. I think they'll have more like the MatPat approach, where they just won't be there all the time. So, but I think they'll still be there. I think this is massively going to impact long-form content, because a lot of the old creators are so used to making long-form videos. I talked about this a little bit in last week's video. I think the future of YouTube is definitely going to be shorts, and I'm kind of wondering if it's going to be like a hybrid platform, like how X in TikTok, like a hybrid between X and TikTok. Because I've noticed that they've been promoting a lot more community posts. When I went on a new account and I wanted to see what the YouTube homepage was, and you get a lot of community posts and a lot of shorts in the home feed. So I'm wondering if they are going to take that approach where they just want to promote like community TikTok engagement, I guess. I don't really know how that's going to work, but it's just interesting to me that shorts are kind of the main content on YouTube, the more watched content. It's hard to say, because I think we all know that shorts are the main form content on YouTube now. I think long form videos have not officially, but they've been mostly filtered to the side, It's hard to say, because I know that the internet is always constantly changing. YouTube is always constantly changing and adapting. It's hard to see where they can go once they're done with shorts and the new thing pops up. And I don't know how long that'll be. It seems like every 5 to 10 years, we get that cycle where something new pops up and the platform slightly changes for that, but not fully devotes into that. And we can kind of see this with like YouTube Live, with the streaming platform. YouTube was dipping their toes in the YouTube streaming, and they never fully went into it. They just kind of stuck their foot in the water and kind of just left it at that. They're still updating it. It's still getting better, but it's just a lot slower, because the next new thing, Shorts, TikTok, came up, and then they full-headed went into that. And I think video content is more their style, but part of me wishes that they just kind of like fully went into the YouTube streaming, because the state of Twitch as it is right now, if YouTube at any day, if they just fixed their stuff with YouTube streaming and made like a YouTube Live just category, it would just be a category, and have like a setup page for just streaming and have better discoverability for lives, they would probably end Twitch overnight. Like, I don't know the survivability of the Twitch platform anymore. And this goes into a deeper discussion that I'll get into in another video, but I want to stay mainly on the topic of YouTube, mainly on the topic of creators leaving, mainly on the topic of the changing of the platform. And you can kind of tell if you use TikTok, TikTok is mainly made for their short form content. YouTube Shorts are kind of the same, but like it's the same thing with YouTube Live. The discoverability is, yes, it's better, but like the search and the page for it is not as good. And creating content for YouTube Shorts is a lot more of a hassle, I would say, than it is on TikTok. Because on TikTok they have a lot of tools meant for that. YouTube doesn't really have the tools, the right tools. And they finally have kind of adjusted their sounds and stuff, but it's still not as good. See, that's what I mean. Like, they dip their foot in the water, but they don't fully, like, just they don't have to copy it page for page, but like they could make the tools a little bit easier and more accessible. And I wonder what the next thing is gonna be, because after Shorts, there's not really much more that you can do that I can think of at the moment that you can do with video content. And if this is it, you know, long form and short form, and they're killing the long form content, is all content just going to be like couple second long videos and moving on for that? I like, because there's a difference. Like, long hour discussion videos do really, really well on the YouTube platform, but 20-minute to 15-minute videos that they pushed for years are starting to struggle in the algorithm. And I think we all know that the YouTube algorithm is a beast in its own, and one that's pretty hard to conquer to know about it. But it's definitely changing. I don't know for the better. I wouldn't say for the worse yet. I just think it's a cycle that's happening now, and the churning of new content is coming through. I hope that YouTube doesn't fully kill off the old content, you know. But it's really just hard to say. It's really hard to say what their plan is. I don't know. I would say that YouTube is still probably one of the best media platforms out there, but I think they need to put more time into fully developing and finishing like the pages for the stuff, and giving more tools for creators, you know? But it's hard to say. But I think that now that they're transitioning to short form content, I do believe that is going to be the main reason for a lot of big content creators to realize, all right, my time's done. I'm stepping back. And then new creators will show up. They always do. And what's going to happen to them when the cycle just turns again? So, I don't know. But it's nice to see that short form content has provided us with a lot more animation kind of content. That's good, because in old form YouTube, animators really struggled. I think short form animation has gotten a lot better, and I'm glad to see that animators have kind of been brought back into the spotlight. But for how long? It's hard to say. There's so many things that are happening, and it's hard to know if YouTube's gonna put their full back into what they want to do. It's hard to know. And it's hard to know when the next YouTuber is going to just be like, all right, I'm done, because of how difficult some of these things can be. So, with that being said, what do you guys think? Where do you think the next step of YouTube's evolution is going to be? Where do you think is the right direction? You know, I'm interested in seeing what you guys have to say. Please leave a comment down below. This is basically, I just wanted to open a discussion for the future of YouTube and the future for old content creators, which I think a lot of them are going to be stepping down. I think a lot of them have seen this. They've done their duty, and I think we're gonna see a lot of them just step down. So I think that's just interesting. I hope that they'll do well. I'm excited for the future. I'm also terrified for the future of the platform. It's a bit of mixed emotions there. There's a lot to be said, but not a lot of time. And I'll get into it in a different video. I really want to get into a discussion between YouTube and Twitch, comparing platforms, but I'll save that for another time. But I'm going to leave this here. Thank you for watching the video. Have a fantastic day. And bye-bye! We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, fish trouts. Kaboom!